on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed with making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then it vanish. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of all the way you move and see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Stood strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Gotta take it easy on speaking loud because I have a ridiculous sore throat that is super annoying. So I want to take it easy on speaking loud. So if my voice is down a little bit, you have to put your speakers max. One camera is not working, so let me fix. There we go. And yeah, let's get it. Let's see what we got going on for today. Start off with the calendar here. Louder than usual, so all good. That works out well then. Today's going to be Wednesday. A lot of news for New York session. We are pretty clean except for 12 p.m. We have some GDP news coming out here. It's preliminary. I can't even speak today. Preliminary data, meaning it's not the actual, it's before the actual. So, where's forecast? Minus 0.1. Last time came back at 0.4 GDP, gross domestic product. Let's see how their forecast has been doing. Yeah, it's not too far off forecast. Probably comes as forecast since last time came pretty high. So we probably see something similar there. And yeah, let's gurgle some lobster juice. That will sort it out. Yeah, that's best comment, man. Give you 5 points for that. That's true, man. That's the trick. That's the trick. Take some honey. Yeah, it does help, that type of stuff. Just don't want to be shouting and speaking too much. Makes it worse. The problem is when it affects your eating, you know. So let's have a look at the analysis. Gold has been really choppy since yesterday here. Just unlucky we got a breakout yesterday during London. New York would have been super easy not to take a trade. We traded New York and we didn't even bother looking at it. But unfortunately in London it was looking like a consolidation and breakout. So London definitely gave us a bit of a headache. And we just ended up ranging. So we've made our way towards the upside, but ranged our way towards the upside, which is very hard unless you're buying on pullbacks, of course. But we don't really know that back then when we've only had higher lows, higher highs. And then we obviously actually in London got a great push later, but it's really hard to time those. So now we're actually going into a tighter consolidation than we were back here. And we're rejecting off all these previous levels. We rejected off this 15, we rejected off this small 15, and we rejected off this 15 back here. So all of these levels are becoming relevant. I'm not gonna be the guy who really wants to be taking a breakout right here. But on daily time frame, we have closed bullish here. I wonder if it's cool just to take break of daily high, stop loss below low. You know, from this zone here. But every time we've had kind of like a bearish candle first as well. Close back inside range. This is one idea I had, but 4-hour time frame is not convincing yet. We haven't really broke proper 4-hour structure. We have good supports, but we're still hovering below this. So I feel like we need some clean price action and then we can see what's going on. So gold really just gonna take it by ear here and just see what ends up happening throughout the day. And then we see how to tackle it, but nothing so far. Bias is bullish, mixed now, sorry. We have previous 4-hour bearish and previous daily bullish. So sell options are not really my preference. We can see this one faking out already now. This was like if people were trying to sell right now, they would have sold here, getting faked out. If we create setup 5 from the bottom of the range or setup 2s like this, if you see this type of setup 2, it will have 5-minute structure as well. Something like that. I would be interested and then try leave a runner to flip the daily, but trading at the top of the range or middle of the range is going to be crazy here. So I really don't want to do that. So we have to see either pullbacks, continuation. I'm not really all for continuation here. We've seen a lot of fake outs, so I would need some good confirmation. So we need to be careful on gold today. Definitely a day that can mess a lot of people up if they are not... If they're trying to force something. Now, if you have a strategy that trades this type of chop, then you're going to do well on a day like today. But I prefer not to trade choppiness like this. Moving on to DAX here. We are also inside of a range, but this is kind of like a breakout consolidation now. So daily obviously closing bullish after that previous day here. Currently, we're trying to continue up. We did tap the daily resistance yesterday, which is where we got our initial rejection. 4-hour time frame closing bullish as well, but unfortunately not above the 4-hour resistance. So we might stay in this range for the day, but we do have a bullish bias now with previous daily bullish, previous 4-hour bullish. Above this 1 hour and the 4-hour, there's some clean candles. We don't have the biggest range on 15. Let's mark the 30. It's a little bit lower. So we're kind of trying to trade between these ranges here. You can see the 5 is a little bit messy to get towards the 30. We just rejected this morning. Maybe a close above here with volume would do better. This is our high from yesterday, which we were looking for sells from up here back down, which ended up playing out pretty nicely throughout the rest of the session. I wonder if today I can argue mixed bias because we're at daily and 4-hour resistance. And we closed below previous daily support as well. Because I'm thinking if we get below here, we'd be breaking through this tiny structure here. 5-minute would start to fail. And sells look nice here. So maybe a counter bias trade today just because of us being at major resistance. And I see a hard time for us to try push through until proven otherwise. Like if we just continue up for the day, it's going to be easy for us. But if I just see price failing around these zones, then I can obviously just look to trade below here. So that's going to be the plan. We'd break to 1 hour and that, yeah. So I would consider a counter trend buy, sell below here, not below here, because even though it would be nice if we were mixed, it's too early. So potential buys above this 5-minute. This is tight though. We would need good structure, but it is a potential. It is above the 4 hour as well. Should be working on around 10 points here. 7 points. So yeah, it's not too bad. It's enough to get to break even and see what's up. And then looking at some Forex pairs here, we have GJ trying to break down a little bit here. Trying to leave this range for once and for all. It's tried a lot of the time here, but failed. Four-hour time frame. So now we have a bearish bias here. Daily bearish, 4-hour time frame bearish. But we are sitting close towards 4-hour supports. Thought we banned GJ. I'm just looking at it. And I hope I don't get super sick now. I'm just looking at it here. And just in case, because if we break out of this range, I expect a day that we see some heavy volume. UK holidays still? No, it shouldn't be UK holidays. That's I'm totally wrong here, not concentrating. No bank holiday. UK holidays on Mondays? Yeah, most bank holidays are on Mondays. We don't have a UK holiday on Monday, do we? Let's see. Maybe we do. Monday. No UK holiday on Monday. We have AUD and CAD. Unless he means summer. Yeah, summer holidays is obviously this year giving us some low volume. So 4-hour moving down, but we're stuck at this 4-hour support. So I'd love to see price pull back. If you're going to take any sell opportunities, would work the same for USD JPY. USD JPY a little bit worse actually, as we don't have as much clean range. Daily closing bearish now. 4-hour time frame closing bullish. Wow, so we could actually take a buy on USD JPY, which is quite nice. Especially we respect 4-hour support. Bottom wick being made. It's a shame it's cascading. So maybe buys above the previous 1 hour or the 15 to get to the previous 1 hour and try to push through it. And we have a 30 above. Oof, very tough when it's cascading. So we'd be playing tight ranges. So let's see how it forms here. If we get the same setup here where we get this bullish candle, next one closes bearish below, we could take sells again. And we could see how to tackle that. And that's it. That's it for the analysis. So analysis is straightforward. Tough range on gold. Here's the open, not the open, but Frankfurt open for DAX here. We're trying to push up at the moment. No bottom wick on these candles. I wonder if there is on broker. No, no bottom wick on broker as well. So confirm no bottom wick. And then let's see for the day. So that's the analysis. Appreciate you guys showing up for the analysis all now. And let's see what we have in store for today. Jay was checking out EU afterwards, looking into it, being quite clean, nice setups as well. Yeah, EU's been moving nice. EU's been moving nice. Leave a like on the stream. Sorry, I'm a little bit sick today, so bear with me. Bear with me. Gargle salt water kills the germs in your throat. Yes, that definitely does help. I have this and that salty. Oh man, bro. Ugh. Looking for 4-hour setup 2 on EU bearish bias. That looks nice, man. What is this line? I can't see. Seems like the 4-hour setup 2 already playing out, so you'd have to be in from this zone here. But that looks nice. That looks very nice, actually. Euro weakness and a bit of bounce here in the Dixie. For that, yeah, that looks good. 4-hour closed above on Dixie. Okay, good luck, good luck. Let's see some of the lower levels here. Areas of interest. 1 hour looks okay. You have no pullback, so shit might want to pull back. Problem is, this is like after a big leg here, you're coming towards this retest zone. Daily still has a little bit of room, but if we, remember the triangle, right? We look at what sector we're coming towards, so. And we retest into this 4-hour support now, so we want to be a little bit careful if we start to see changes of structure on like 15 towards the upside. Now it's in a bit of a downtrend, so as long as this remains at this, I mean, on a 4-hour, you can't be too quick. I mean, if you want to, you can. But, when you're swing trading like that, you need to give it room. As long as this downtrend continues, you're fine. Changes of structures where you're going to be wrong. Not you're going to be wrong, but there's a chance for it to be wrong. But for now, it's moving nicely. Don't think you have to worry about much. Let's see where this 4-hour low is. So yeah, you have a retest zone there. So price might want to actually come up and retest that eventually after maybe retesting this. My question, why didn't you just take this 15-minute close below to get to here and see what happens? 7 pips and then target this for 8 pips. Yeah, that's your 1-to-1. That's another way to get in. 30-minute was good. Should we watch gold the whole session, punish ourselves, just literally leave the screen like this? Who wants to have torture? Does it hurt when swallowing saliva? Yes, as far as I know, that is a sore throat. But if you're going to take this conversation further than that, then I'm not going to reply because, you know, I don't know where this conversation is going. I don't trust YouTube chat. I don't trust YouTube chat. Check 5 minute. Okay, you want to be tortured on 5 minute? We can be tortured on 5 minute. Didn't have confidence because only a few iterations of 50-minute sellers backtested. If Euro USD moves well, it's very clean. No cap, last night I lost 700. Stupid gold was sideways. Ricky, brother, always losing, man. Always losing, Ricky. I don't know what's going on with you. Do you have some signal service I can copy? I want to counter copy. I think this. No offense to you, but you know, I've said this before. I'll literally pay you $150 a month to sign up to your signal service, and counter copy would be great. And we can do a profit split as well to help you out. Valid. Let's see what I'm looking at. Yeah, it would be if we can get like a setup 2, but it would have to close outside the range. I don't know if you mentioned that as well. You drew it here, but if it closes like this, we're back inside of a range. We could do this. If it closes outside, it's gonna be way better. But I'm divorced with GJ, so me and GJ are not friends anymore. You still take swing positions? What's your favorite pair for swings? Yeah, I do still take swing positions. I actually want to swing a little bit more. These market conditions are more favorable for swing at the moment. I have one swing this year. It was a big swing. That's why I've not really been pressured to swing anymore. So spot position, nothing, not with leverage. If it was with leverage, then I would just stop trading for the year and, I don't know, buy a new house or something. But that's it so far this year. One big swing position, and that's it. My favorite pair for swing back in the day was Euro NZD. That was my favorite pair for swing. I still like it. But you see, it's not moving as fast as before, but might be good this actually soon. UJ nice as 5 on 5 minute. I don't trade as 5 on 5 minute without a 15 on Forex pairs. No, I don't see any. Oh, you mean the one for the buys? Yeah, that would have been nice, but that's early. Are you left-handed? I am left-handed. Why do you ask? Rip to all the traders who trade in this nasty mess. Yeah, it is a pretty nasty mess. If you enter a swing position on your broker, you will be charged a heavy swap. Depends on direction, man. For example, if you take a GJ long, you actually get paid. You get paid to hold a GJ long. And depends on direction, bro. So you can actually be paid to hold a swing position. But yes, swaps are a fee. Especially if you're holding drawdown. Which amount of money can you earn from YouTube business? I'll show you. Take yesterday's stream. I show it all the time because sometimes people don't believe me. But for example, yesterday's stream. See analytics. Well, it didn't show revenue here, so we need to check the stream before. Hasn't populated yet. There we go. So this was Monday stream here. Monday stream. We made $3 on Monday stream. Gained 3 subscribers. We had a peak viewers of 500. Average viewers of 389. That was our peak viewers. So when you have 500 viewers, you will be able to earn $3 a stream. So if you stream 30 days a month, it's $90 a month. Does it actually come into your bank? So out of this, they will take around 40% commission. So you will lose 40% by the time it makes it to your bank. So yeah. Maybe 30%, depends, especially on your currency. If they have to convert currency, you will lose around, 30%. I lose around up to 40%. So I will get out of this maybe around, $1.8 maybe. Something like that. So yeah, you could say around $2 per stream is what we always say. That's what I've averaged it to. So you get $2 per stream. Videos make more money than streaming, man. Streaming is extremely difficult to make money. A video, I'll show you how much a video makes. Video don't do that bad. Depends on what ads they show in the video. Like this video here, 1.5k views, $3 revenue. So a lot better. But then again, a video costs me for editor's thumbnail. I'm paying an editor $200 almost per video, so it's not profitable if you have to pay. But if you can edit everything yourself, good morning. With next to no chance of rate cut and strengthening dollar, I'm looking for a larger move on gold. Do you think 2.8 support is likely today? With today's price action, it's hard to say. I definitely think a move is cooking, but it's very, very hard, And remember, the whole market is waiting for FOMC because they actually had a headline that said that there's going to be some very important news coming, even though no rate cuts, but they have some important news. If you look here, they said here that Fed is unlikely to cut rates, but this week's meeting is packed. with intrigue. So this is very important. So it looks like the market is going to wait for that. So you're quitting trading to do what? No, he said today, bro. He said today. He's in a different universe for sure. He said today. He thinks you come for YouTube money? No, I don't come for YouTube money. I come to show how to trade on a daily basis and how I navigate all market conditions. See, at the end of it, I would have gone through a lot. People would have left, people would have joined. I would have had good times, I would have had bad times. But this will be a resource that everyone can look back and say, you know what, I respect Harry for showing us transparently how it is to be on a daily basis. Maybe at the time, I would have lost followers, I would have lost fans, I would have lost people who are there. But what I gain is I gain people who actually care and can use this as a reference. Because how many people out there, legit guys, how many people, like you watch all of these top guys who are the top paid out by XYZ, who are showing you that they make 100K a month, that are paid out 100 times by different firms, that make 100K with prop firms, but they don't show you what they do on a daily basis. That is not recorded, right? I think that's more valuable to record something on a daily basis because that's what's really happening. That's what got them there, you know? That's what got them there. So yeah, it's why most people don't do it. The one bad thing is that, and this is something I've learned over the 2 years of streaming, is that you actually don't create an environment for people to explore a little bit themselves, which is very healthy, right? It's very healthy for people to explore things by themselves. If I show up every single second, it becomes a default that people show up and listen to what I say, which is kind of expected. If you look at how other people normally run their communities when they teach people to trade, hopefully with good intentions, but I'm going to assume in this case that there are people who are teaching with good intentions. They normally show up once a week, do a webinar once a week, you pay a fee. Most of them are ranging these days between $2.5K to $10,000, and then you get to stay in a group and they show up once a week in the group. But that gives people time and space to just work on themselves because they don't have someone having to show up every day. So I think there needs to be a balance between that, and I think I could find a way to do that going forward. This is what's most happening these days. Very rare to find something these days for $50 product like this with this much value. Definitely do think that it is there to be exploited. If I was in a position, I would exploit it, and then we would change for something bigger and better, allow more people to give space to really push on their trading careers and create more and more results. Is it worth it to learn trading from scratch in 2025, and how do I do it? I'm going to ask you two questions. Do you need trading, or are you trading as a luxury? If you're trading as a luxury to make more money, yep, it's worth it. If you're trading because you need, because you don't have money, it's not worth it. Save yourself time. For starters, which funded account is good with $100 for daily withdrawal and no strict rules? I mean, $100 withdrawal daily. For me, I like, as a prop firm in itself in the Forex industry, I like FTMO. I think they have FTMO 5%ers. They're some of the tops. I have not seen any issues with payouts in them. Obviously, they deny payouts. It's common, but if you're trading well, if you're trading disciplined, I mean, anyone following my type of strategy or trading style, following my risk management rules, it's a very low % chance, unless you're using a scam prop firm, that you get denied a payout. You know? How to win giveaway? We have to reach 600 viewers first. So we're about 400 viewers here. Leaving a like, sharing the stream will help get us more viewers. And then we will do it on the stream. We will do the giveaway on the stream. So it will be simple. I'm actually giving away a funded account on the words of speaking about funded. I'll be giving away a 50k funded account. Or maybe 2. When? When we reach 100 viewers. I need it. If you need it, then you need to save, because winning a giveaway is on probabilities. It's not by skill, right? What if you don't win? We have to always consider that. Maybe 3. For 3, we need to hit more viewers. Then, I mean, the long-term goal has always been to touch 1,000 viewers on stream. That's always been a long-term thing. Put a fake trade on the screen, then we get 600 viewers. Yeah, but then if that fake trade loses, I lose 40% of viewers, because everyone, you remember, online guys, you're only remembered for the last thing that you do. You don't get remembered for the years of other stuff. And that's where the real work was done, and that's how the real money was made. Harry, how do you see impact news on Forex Factory? If red news on USD, can I trade gold? No. Anything red, if it's affecting a pair that you trade, do not trade it. You see, gold has XAU USD, so USD is going to affect it. That's exactly right, Dylan, man. That's exactly right. And it's the same thing with trading and psychology, right? You will do 100 things right in your trading. You will be more disciplined. You would have followed the plan. You got better at markups. You started taking less trades. You stopped FOMOing in silly positions. You started trusting your analysis more, trusting yourself more, exploring different opportunities. But one day you just over risk a little bit, and that's all you care about for the next month. You forget about how much progress you made, and you don't accept that you made a mistake. You can't move on from that mistake, and then you dwell on that mistake, and that mistake causes you to do other things, like start to really FOMO, really start to do things, you know? Yeah, I'm not taking this, man. This doesn't make sense anyways. We're just kind of consolidating. Now, the thing I remember the most is when you went through that losing streak in 2023, how you handled the haters and stuck to the plan. Learned a lot during that season. 100k subs incoming. I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you still showing up. Even this summer is slower. We have it every year. Every year there's a patch where it's slower, and that's just how markets work. If you look at last year, check my results in around August. August last year, I think even July. Like July, I had 2 wins. And 1, 2, 3 losses. 3 losses and 3 wins actually. So not the best month. August was better, and then June was a banger. But less trades, man. Very little trades during August. Very little trades during July. This year, I think I over traded in June. Too many trades in June. I think that was a problem. I could have avoided losses by not over trading. In 2023, those haters were a different breed, over risking. Yeah, in 2023, the markets were moving very fast, and we were getting setups basically every day because we were breaking out, and there was stream was getting popular. In 2023, we had like 800 viewers on stream, 700 viewers as well, and that really affected when all of a sudden in a week it goes from amazing price action to just disgusting losses and just ranges. And those people were over risking that time, right? People were passing their challenges. They were risking 5%, 4% on each one of my trades, right? So that really affected them, and the only thing they could do is blame me because they can't blame themselves. So You know, it was very interesting. That gambler was thanking you for making 50k was crazy. I actually spoke to him. He wasn't a gambler. He's just a guy who makes good money, and he was risking good amount per trade. He was risking like 5, 6, 7k man per trade. But look at you, testimony of sticking to the plan. Yeah, exactly, man. And I appreciate you bringing that up. Respect for that, respect. And even now, if it's, you know, even now, even though it feels like slower, but it's going to be the same cycle. That was 2 years ago. Can you imagine? That was 2 years ago, and I'm still here today with still the same win rate. It's crazy. Consistency matters. I think, yeah, people are just afraid because this happens all the time. Sometimes London gets a little bit slower. It's happened last year. It happened the year before. I mean, go through the journal and go measure in. We can go look at it right now. Let's go ahead and look at July last year. Like, look how little trades, and out of those trades, they were mostly losses. And the wins, look at the wins, huh? They're only 0.4%. Some bigger wins here, 0.7. So, you know, wasn't the best month as well, but I took less trades. I took 3 losses that month. My worst month ever was June, actually. In June, this is my worst month ever in my history of trading for the last 3 years. I took 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. So my worst month ever is 4 losses, actually more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. 5 losses, 1 very small loss, luckily. That's my worst month ever I've ever had historically, and that's because I overtraded. Look how many trades there was. If I replicated what I did last year, it would have been better, but I guess I just got excited. So, you know, that doesn't change much. So it's normal. The thing is, when I found you also 2023, wish I stayed as consistent, took too many breaks for my mental well-being, should have just paid the $15 the whole time, so much better patience since I joined. Yeah, but don't you agree that that's kind of like what you had to experience? You know? Man, 2023, 2024 till mid was amazing. Didn't trade with you. I traded myself, and even I was employed. I didn't look at the market, and it will come back, man. We've had it this part, you know. We had it on, like, you guys can't forget January, February, March, April. Last year was not that good, January, February, March, April. We were very blessed, man. You know, I made a very decent income from that. That was amazing. Very smooth as well. So the only other thing that I've been experimenting in the background is I've been actually looking how can I trade these conditions, and I have a few setups that I've been working on. The thing is, now I have a pattern. Unfortunately, it takes time to know a pattern, but every year, look at every year like clockwork, July, August are dangerous months where things get slower. So guess what I've done? I've gone and I've backtested since 2023, July and August, and I've been experimenting with different setups. And at the end of it, I'm going to come to a conclusion. Unfortunately, we have finished July, right? This year started early. We had our bad month in June. 2024, June was amazing. It was my best year, best months. And 2023, June was also very, very good. But this year, June was bad. July has been also bad, but August could be good now. So I've been developing in the background a different entry strategy that has been working very well in these type of conditions. The problem is, next year we're going to get these conditions, but next year I'm going to be prepared July, August, any of these months are going to be way easier, but it took me that 2 years of preparation and realizing that. And that's the real journey of a trader, is I need to really, and that's how you perfect a strategy. That's how you make something bulletproof. It doesn't happen overnight. These gurus every week give you some life-changing strategy, but they don't apply it themselves. I can tell you, who can remember? I want everyone to sit here and think of a guru who told you about some magic new strategy, magic new bot, magic new something, and you don't hear about it now. But me, for the last 2 years, I've freaking drilled in people's brains to mark support and resistance and wait for candle closure above a freaking range for years. There's a reason why I still stick with something. But that doesn't mean that I can't adapt, right? So I've been working on stuff in the background. That is my job. What is your job as an engineer? Is to solve equations and to be able to build stuff. It's the same thing, any mathematical, same thing in trading. We need to solve for X. Right? So that's exactly what I've been doing. The boring thing is, I won't be able to double check that till we have these slow periods again, because now we're at the end of this month, right? I've literally been doing it on other pairs. I have a account that I've been sharing with the guys in the group. I've been trading I've been doing the same thing, but more aggressive, more looking at these entries, holding it. It's been working very well. All the same setups, nothing's changed, it's just where you're executing on and how. That's what's changed. And that's because the market in this period, so the market goes through 3 phases. We normally have a distribution phase, an accumulation phase, and then a manipulation phase where price doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. Right now, we are in a phase that is something new that I've noticed. We're not in a manipulation phase, we're not in accumulation phase, we're in a accumulation with manipulation. Meaning, we have days where it looks like it's gonna move big, but it doesn't. And there's days where it looks like it's gonna move big and it does. So you get scared because the day that it looks like it's gonna move, it fails. And then you don't enter the day that it breaks out because of what's happened in the past. And you get stuck. And then the rest of it is accumulation of where we're accumulating in different higher time frame ranges. So when you combine all of these aspects together, it's not ICT language, it's just how markets move. Markets move in either phases where they don't know what to do, they are bouncing up and down. They move in phases where they're very tightly consolidating, like GJ right now, right? Or they move in trending moves. In trending moves, the strategy I have, very powerful. In accumulation, very powerful. Why? Because if we have a big range, we can trade down to the bottom of the range, trade to the top of the range. But when we are doing this, ranging with this tight stuff, and then big drop, and then ranging, and then a fake out, and then ranging, and then a big pump up, this is what the phase we're in right now. And this is where it becomes difficult, because you take the buy here, it fails, and then you don't take this buy because you're scared of the last one that failed. That pushes. These are all impulsive entries here, right? How many times have you guys seen impulsive entries recently, right? We talked about it. Aggressive phase. It was all aggressive entries because price would move, but you had to be super aggressive. If you blinked, you missed it. So then I'm onto something. I'm noticing some pattern. And with this pattern, I develop entries. And then that's what I've been testing recently. So I found out different ways to be able to enter in these things. Problem is, we're coming towards the end of now this boring phase. So many extra fake outs, exactly. The different setup is about bigger RR and lower win rate. it does have a lower win rate. It's not about bigger RR. It actually comes from analyzing where we are market position wise and trading based off market position, because that's how markets are moving. So we have maybe a potential of a counter trend sell here. Counter, not trend, counter bias sell. So this is what I was saying. We have double rejection now from the high. We're getting below here. So maybe there's a counter bias option today. As much as I hate counter bias, it looks like it's making sense here, and especially with the liquidity grab up. 8 minutes for the 15 close, 5 minutes and 3 minutes. Get a close below here. We're looking at like 16 point stop loss, break even at about 7 points. TP there. I would rely on these 5-minute structures, this pause here plus this and this. You have 2 levels here because stop would be here, right? Because I feel like if you close below here, next candle closes inside, it's not looking good anyways. You know, 1 minute looks healthy the way it's moving down with lower highs, lower lows. If 1 minute was straight, I would agree with you. We need one more structure. But let's see how it closes and we make a... Harry, why you said trading is not worth it for people that don't have money? Because you need money to trade. You need money to have a living while you learn to trade. You can't suddenly decide to trade and then it starts paying you. It's not a job. It's an entrepreneurship. It's a business. And you need to grow that business from scratch. So when you start trading, you're not going to be paid by trading. You're more than likely going to lose money. You're going to fail prop firms at challenges because that's how you have to learn. I'm actually scared if someone has come into trading and not lost money, because it just tells me at some point they will, and they need to learn that lesson. It's an awful lesson, but it's required. Yeah, the cool thing is that you can control that losses. So we can teach people to not lose too much in the beginning. But while you're learning that, where are you going to get your money from, right? No one's handing out envelopes. Also helps your psychology by having stable income. That's also, you're absolutely correct. Such a massive part as well. Such a massive part. But also having too much money is a problem, because you're just going to start to over risk, right? So let's see if we get this 5 close below. With this type of big candle here, I would love to see a good top wick formed. Now on my broker, it's pretty close, so I need to make sure it closes below on my broker. Here it looks like a deep close, but it's not the same on broker. So I'm going to be watching broker and letting you guys know. We have about 20 seconds to close. And the 1 hour is a little bit further away on broker. This is nice. It's not looking like it's closing below here. Yeah, so it didn't close below. Same thing on here, it didn't close below. So we have to wait. What's the plan about taking counter bias trades like this under any certain conditions? Yeah, so I want you to watch the counter bias video in WAP. That's your first step. The other thing is about counter bias is you have to tell a story. So today, the only reason it makes sense is, first of all, watch the counter bias video, breaking structures. The second reason, we're coming from a daily resistance and a 4-hour resistance plus a liquidity grab to top a range and failure. You start to tell a story. Bias is a guide, but we can also do things past bias. What's this? Yeah, for me it's not below, man. So I'm gonna follow. If it closes bullish, then closes below, we're rolling better stops and better accuracy. Ooh, what a flip. Did you guys see that flip? That was fast. We also have the 15-minute close in 3 minutes. So if the 5 can chill here, we could just get another 5. I like this double low like this. Oh, that would be cool if we could have a double low. But still, we have space. Let's see. Mark the 1 hour on my broker. Pretty far from the 1 hour on my broker. From where current price is, let's see how far it is. About, I think that's 5 points. And here, yeah, the same. Breaker second structure. Here, what is the second structure? First, second. 1, 2. We have a 5-minute resistance. Which one, man? Let's see if I can see it. Where? I don't see it on broker. Broker is where that 1 hour is the same as the 5. It's the same as the just a little bit above. This is really close for me. Yeah, it's weird. Today all brokers are different. That's the same as the 1 hour for me. How many pips is that for you? I'll measure from break of low. From break of low, it is 5 points. 4.7 to be exact. How much for you? Just want to see how different it is. 5.2? Okay. I mean, that's 50% of TP, you know? If you measure this stop loss, 12 pips, it's almost 50% of TP. So it's not that bad. It's like, you know, 35% of TP. It's not bad. Let's see how this candle closes. Will be the 15-minute candle close. We don't want it too deep. Like this is like the max. And then we'll see the next candle. We need a good top wick to grab liquidity to give us this move. If it closes above, it's obviously invalid. So we're going to see here in about 10 seconds. So that is going to be above for me. So that's above for me, close above my line. So that's pretty nice. If we could create some sort of structure and then close below is good. Only issue we have here is actually technically 15 just closed below as well. So it's not that bad. On my broker 15, yeah, closed below as well. Ah, that's a shame. Anyways. So we are pushed down. Check out gold, check out. Why is everyone telling me to check? What, are you fucking joking or what? You guys are bro seagull. What about gold? You actually joking? Would have slipped? 100%, yeah. That would have slipped, yeah. What on gold, guys? Hello? No wonder you guys, you know, so antsy to take a trade. If you actually see a trade in this, it's mad. That 5-minute close bullish like thunder, you got the same? No, mine is clearly bearish. Yeah, even 1 minute you can't enter that, huh? How come you're going counter bias? I've explained it 10 times. Were you still confused, or did you not hear it? That's what I want to understand. Because you're still confused, I need to understand what you're confused about, so I can address that, not address the same things I've been saying. Or you just got here? Check daily, check 4 hour, retest daily. We're rejecting from daily, rejecting 4 hour. Pre-session went up, pre-session grabbed liquidity, pre-session failed to continue above, breaking second structure, all of that reasons. So a combination of that, if you tell the story from higher time frames. Oh yeah, yours look nice. Yours made sense on your broker, but mine look completely different than this. Yours actually closed below, but mine look completely different. Nah, yours looks valid with the 15-minute close. I mean, it closed below here, but closed clearly above on my broker. You see? That's how mine looked. Damn. GJ looks nice. Ah, if only, if only. I'm not taking it. I've divorced GJ. But it's a nice setup too, with good 5-minute structure. Limited range though. I'm not going back. I'm not going back. Don't worry. Wondering if you need to consider changing your entry rules to get in that one sooner, like early entry with super tight SL. Yeah, I used to do that, man, and I've lost a lot of money in doing that. You know, you would need to get in, like it's hard when you're going counter bias, because to be part of this move, you need to get in from up here. But the problem was we're counter bias today. If this was following bias, you could then find entries from up here, and then you can hold through this. But to get in impulsively here, the lowest time frame you could get in was 1 minute. 1 minute didn't even give you entry. It just pushed straight through here. So when you start doing that stuff, that's where you get lost. And if you enter just break of low impulsively here, then how are you going to differentiate when it fakes out, right? So you're going to get stuck in a fake out. And how are you going to say, how are you going to choose between this time is going to fake out and this time is not? When it's a closure, we don't have that equation because we have the close to rely on. So then you have that variable there, and that variable long term is going to give you too much variance because you're literally trading on 50-50 until this candle closes like this right now. and then let's say you run super tight stop loss like you said. Let's say it comes back, taps your super tight stop loss. You only lose 0.3, 0.4%, but then it goes in your direction. That's even rougher. If you're not going back, why are you sneaking on her? Just to see how she's doing, you know? Never check on your exes? I didn't speak to her. I just looked at her on a screen. True, true. Just crazy because you called the move? I know. That's part of trading, right? I mean, I could see this plan clearly, how we rejected. That's why I was ready to go counter bias. Made total sense today. I mean, you know, I could trade just based on my analysis and just take with a random stop loss. I used to do that in the past. Just sometimes we don't get risk to reward, you know? I could have just said, okay, I'm taking a sell once we break this area with a 43-point stop loss for a 47-point target. And it's done it. Headache. Do you use indicators to take trades like RSI, Ikimoto? No, I don't use that, no. Do you believe in set and forget strategy? Always have managed risk while taking trade? If you are trading higher time frame, I do believe in just trusting your analysis. That's how higher time frame works. Why not take the same size every time? Do you trade a percentage of the account according? I trade a dollar amount. Hi man, do you think could bounce on that uptrend line? Which one are we talking about? Didn't think about counter bias? It's okay, but now you can learn from that. We can have a look at your plans. You sent me this one. Too tight of a sell range, I feel, man. But for buys, yeah, then above there. Pull back for his two buys. Yeah, and then like you said, you didn't plan for that one. You did mention it, so it was kind of your thought process was there. It was just kind of putting the puzzle together to be like, okay, what is that gonna cause in price action, right? So you had that there, right? You said we are rejecting off weekly daily resistance. We're also trading at the top of the range. That's exactly what I saw as well. I saw the exact same thing. I just used this information to build a story about what could potentially happen here, especially if we're creating liquidity grabs from the top of the range and rejecting, because that's showing me it doesn't want to go up on lower time frame. Higher time frame is telling you we are rejecting, which also means it doesn't want to go up. You start to put the puzzle together to give you an argument as to why you can take a trade, right? How did US 30 do? dumped yesterday, huh? Continued the dump. I think we could see a heavier sell-off these next couple of days. Yeah, I'm gonna be very concentrating on US 30. We could see some heavier sell-offs. Nasdaq as well. Some pullbacks back into like 23, 230s. Long term, it's not anything scary, but short term time frame, that's quite a big range, especially on stuff like US 30. You know, you could be trading some of these heavy ranges here. Guys, don't be messing yourself up in gold today, please. It's totally gonna mess yourself up. Let's see how GJ did. Doing nothing. Bring 57 people. Wow, how many people watching? We need more. We need 150, then you can get the giveaway. Could we look for buys back up? Yeah, but we didn't tap anything here. Like, we want to tap at least the bottom of the range or do some sort of change of structure. We'll see after the open, because the open might spike up already and then that idea is gone. Which daily support you have, man? Which one do you have? We didn't close above the daily resistance. Which one? Up here? We didn't close above it yet. $201? What do you mean? This one? This one's too old now. Cross through 1, 2, 3 times. Interested in USD JPY sells? Yeah, just shit range, man. On 30 minute, it makes sense. You have 14 pips for 17 pips stop loss, so you need some heavy business. If it even closes below, which I don't think it will in 10 seconds. Alright, let's see how DAX opened here. Opened down. That's interesting. So yeah, this might be the retest we need to see if we're going to see the buys back up. Yeesh. What a dump. Wow, 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 wow. Who's calling me? Hello? Hello, who's speaking? No, no, no. People, time wasting, bro, time wasting. Scammer? I don't know, just time wasting. I didn't even bother to listen to what they had to say. Yeah, great move today here. Where you located, fam? I am located in Dubai, my friend. Let's say we have this set up on 30-minute, we close below, we can take it on 30-minute even though we have 15 levels? Yes, you can. Because it's based on 30. That means the stop loss will be based on 30, right? So you can do that, yes. Like today, if we had enough time on DAX, we probably could have taken it on 15. If it didn't just flip that fast and we could analyze the 15 for 1 second, we could have tried on 15. Hi, it's fun to trade with you. I appreciate you guys showing up. Always a pleasure to have you guys around. Yeah, that's one thing that's a little bit annoying is I could have been able to get in on 15 if we had enough time. If you saw how fast that flipped, if it didn't flip that fast, I would have been able to analyze 15 and I would have seen if the stop loss would have been worth it. 15 stop above this support here. What are we looking like? 24 break even here, which would have been totally fine. And obviously it gave you 24, no issues today. We saw good volume yesterday as well. That's one thing we have to keep in mind. So it's not like I was scared about volume today, because yesterday we had great upside volume. Wick fill valid? No, we tapped into these zones. Could fill the wick here, but I mean, where are you gonna put stops? 80 pip stops? Hasn't been shit. It was like that. Last year had that period as well. It's just, that's how market cycles work. That's why I trade 2 sessions. You know? Summer, man. Most people are on vacation. Making money is a luxury, not a need. If you need to make money, you need to get a stable job. If you want to make serious money, then you need to live in constant pressure. I'm a software engineer. Yeah, I'm not speaking directly to you, to general people. You're okay. You're doing it the right way. So you need to change your phrase to need to make more money. That's better. Then it's fair. Yes, correct. Don't we all? Getting married next year? Yeah, definitely need more money. Do you have a promo code? What do you want a promo code for, bro? Promo code for what? Having Nando sauce for breakfast with my chicken? I do the same, man. Mild, that's the one I have. No, medium actually. Not the mild. Maybe mild, I forgot which one I have. GU buys, let's see what GU is doing. Yeah, above the range GU buys would be okay. Let's just see what bias is doing in terms of analysis here. So daily, we tapped into this zone now. We need to watch this previous daily. 4-hour close bearish, so it's just actually bearish bias here, huh? But if we're gonna take a counter bias trade here, it can work, but you're gonna need structure to prove that this is not gonna be a fake out. Otherwise, it's gonna be a classic fake out. You're gonna get cooked here. Oh, gold is actually moving finally. When trying to join the group, there's an option to enter a promo. So I thought you have one. Oh no, that's just a default one. The group doesn't go on discount because of how much value there is. You can't find anything for 55 bucks like that. I can promise you. It's like almost like, I promise the amount of value you get for there is like absolutely insane. So do not take that price for granted. That's all I will say. But you're welcome to join the team, man. Just apply and we'll look to accept you. I'm accepting 2 to 3 people a week. Especially to join us during New York session. Been a lot better during New York session. But wait for London to come back. If we look at what happened last year, then that means next month we should start to see price action be good again. Because it's normally 2 months of BS and then it starts to get better again. So if we're going to have the same thing, then we can start to see 2 months of BS, which we've had, and then we can have what's this called? Some better stuff. So some of our group members got to this. Yes, man. What I plan to do is maybe make a testimonial section in the public group. We have it in the private group. I call it motivation and achievements. This is just different achievements, some of the different stuff that they want to post here, maybe passing their challenges and stuff like that, and any profits that they do. But I need to make that obviously public so you guys can see that type of stuff would be better. And then for sure. So I'm going to plan to do that. It's up to if people want to post or not. Not everyone posts their stuff. Let's see how it forms. Below here would be like a continuation option, but it's moved a lot, you know. We probably lose that trade. We have to be careful. If we check yesterday, first push before significant pullback was 90 points. this push we've had here is 105 points, so it's around the same. The second leg was bigger, so it doesn't mean we had a massive 200 point push, so we could push down. That's true. End of the month, don't want to push anything. That has some influence. I mean, this week is like a killer week, huh? It's a killer week. We have FOMC, NFP, ADP, and end of month. All at the same time. So it is a killer week. What's the NY win rate? So my personal win rate this for NY this month has been 100%. And the group, where's the group journal, guys? Let's see what they're running. Yeah, we don't have much, but they're about 67 for them at the moment. But there's not enough data on this. They have 2 wins and 1 loss, so it's not enough data yet. But we just started this month, so we need to get more information. But we started this to have a record of what we're taking. Are you planning to trade NY session? Probably not today. I will look at it though, but if it continues to be boring, then I'm not going to be taking it. If it looks good, I'll trade it. I'll look at NYSE because I can see US 30 becoming very good today. Especially if this 4-hour close is bearish, man. Look at your 4-hour range today. US 30 could be a banger, man. Don't you journal a New York session like London? I do. But I don't put it in the sheet. I put it in Harry's Trades in the Discord, free Discord. This is my New York journal. Anything here that says New York, NY buys, I journal it like this. Right? So this is how I journal it. This one as well. NY session. This one as well. NY session. This was London, NY session again. So this is my journal here. This was London. This is NY session again. You can see how much NY session recently. This is DAX B trade on stream. NY session again. US 30 buys. This was on stream. This was again NY session. This was on stream. Literally London has been more losses, and then NY just makes it all back plus more. How to stream you on NY session? During the week I stream in the exclusive group, and then I do in the group every day. I have my NY analysis, plus I post what I'm looking for here in the NY chat. So you'll have to be part of the group for NY session. See this 5 close below here in about 4 minutes. Make sure we're not trading into any 15 or anything. No, we're not. Any 1 hours? No. Any 4 hours? Sometimes when you move super fast, you miss some stuff because we, moved a lot further down than expected. Enough to get to break even for sure. Look what GJ did. It's a cheater. Yeah, that's why we're not. Yeah, me and GJ. She's nasty, man. She's nasty. Not bad on gold to try to start moving. Hopefully it can just get out the bloody range, man. Shit. Hi, with so many profitable years in the market, what's your opinion about recent London session valid setups, no volume? Should we switch Asian or post London, seeing some volume there? Just market cycle. Have you experienced such a thing before? Many times. It happens every year. Check my journal in August last year. Check my journal in 2023, July and August. It's just sometimes shittier months. I think it happened a little bit later in 2023. When it was intervention. Let's see. In 23 it happened... It happened in, yeah, later. No, that was January, and then 2023. I remember summer months were good in 23 because we were breaking out on GJ. So it happened actually towards end of year, and then 24 it happened in June was good, July was bad, August was a little bit slow. I just over traded a bit in June. Too many trades here. Too many trades in June. I could have avoided a lot if I just sat and did nothing. So it's just normal market cycle. I mean, the best thing to do is just focus a little bit on NY session now. NY session has been great. So that's how it works. I have been working on a strategy to be able to enter during these times because it happens every year. But that obviously takes time to find and implement, right? I must thank you, Harry. I used to overtrade so much. You taught me patience and have a 50k funded and a 10k funded, just taking and following my trading plan. Amazing work, man. Amazing work. Glad I could help. Your trade journal template, exclamation journal, make a copy. I must thank you, Harry. I used to... Oh, I read that. Why do you only use horizontal line, support and resistance? Why not use trend lines? Because trend lines are subjective, horizontal lines are not subjective. If you see a resistance, if you see a support, you can mark those accurately, right? The bottom of the candle is a support. But a trend line, some people can argue to draw it from the wick, some people can argue to throw it to the body. Does that count as a touch? Does this count as a touch? If not, is this count as a break of a trend line? Because technically it slightly broke below here, you know? So you can start become subjective. So trend lines are more not a technical thing, they're a visual thing. They visually help you represent something. They don't really technically, they give you a rough idea. Whereas we're looking to be 100% accurate with horizontal lines. Ranging, GJ ranging, gold stuck at top of range as usual. Tempted to sell actually, not gonna lie. This I'm tempted to sell this 5. When we sell finally, that's the point, right? Like, how scary is that? Could you imagine like how many times it's failed right now? And the time you sell it is the time it now fakes out. Holy crap, man. I would, yeah. If it didn't tap it, you could try wick fill it, yes. But if it did tap it, I'd consider it as tap. Just double check with your broker. That would be the best way. Okay, now it doesn't make sense. Risk to reward, great. Does Euro JPY relate with USD JPY? Only based on the JPY basis, not on the Euro and the dollar. They're different. So if there's going to be a move driven by the JPY, they will correlate. If it's driven by a Euro or the dollar, it will not correlate. Okay, so gold is ranging here. I'm going to wrap up the session. Unfortunately, a little bit of a tougher day because we didn't get anything. I was very close to being able to get an entry on DAX. So that would have been my entry of the day. Beautiful move. Analysis played out 100%. My apologies for not being able to get an entry. It's not something I can control. The 15-minute did close below, even on my broker. That would have been an entry, but you saw how fast it closed below. If we had some time to enter, we could have analyzed the 15 and been able to get an entry. We are trying to retrace the move now without just randomly ripping by here. We can create changes of structure to continue down again below the 15, or we can create structures to try to continue up back above the previous 5 or stuff like that. But we need structures to try pick a direction, and we take it from there. Gold is just ranging, so be careful with it. Look, it is a rough day today with all of the news, very red folder day. And then tomorrow is going to be Bank of Japan outlook, unemployment claims, and then the big day being NFP day. So this week is a killer week in terms of this. So I expect this week to be a little bit shaky. And then next week it will be into the new month as well. And we can start to see some better price action, hopefully, for London. New York is still being the same, it's been good. Keep an eye if you're trading New York US 30 like me. On US 30 today, could be some very interesting moves if we start to move down. Even if we try to retrace some of this move getting back above the 4 hour, you could get some nice bounces, but I don't trust that long term just yet. So appreciate you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. Be careful in NY today with all the news, and I appreciate you guys showing up daily. It's a pleasure to have you guys on stream, and I hope you continue to do so. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, peace, much love.